to avoid it. There are just levels of complexity that get so large, and there are unexpected interrelationships, and we've seen a bunch of those in the cloud outages over the last few years, where just unexpected consequences and relationships between components that were supposed to be separate and things like that do occur. I do think it's possible to get a very, very high degree of outage proofing by separating, by following, the 5 points on the checklist that I mentioned, and basically separating the points of failure and the dependencies by using different regions within a given cloud provider, which, to take Amazon Web Services, for example, in many ways those regions function as separate mini clouds that are based on the same API and behavior and so on, but they're actually separate. So the separation and isolation, I think, is very helpful. As to cost, I do think every company needs to look at that. I saw a statistic from a report a couple of years ago. Computer Associates did a study. They surveyed 200 companies, and they issued a report that made the projection or estimate that the cost of IT outages, this was back in 2011 in North America and Europe, was $26.5 billion averaged over all companies. That was their estimate. So there's certainly a cost to outage proofing, and I think companies need to look at whether they go with kind of the hot or warm or spare model and the degree there. But there's certainly also a huge cost to not outage proofing, and some of it is, they probably factored in everything there from company reputations to actual revenue that's lost.